Why Tinubu is always having problems with his associates, Bokno Akerele. Welcome to the news, and thank you for tuning in to listen. Senator Kofoworola Bokno Akerele, former Deputy Governor of Lagos State, is a member of the Board of Trustees (BOT) of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). In this interview with Temidayo Akinsoye, she speaks on latest developments in the polity. What was your reaction when you heard about the invasion of the residence of Supreme Court Justice Mary Odele a few days ago? She replied, I was greatly disturbed because it seems that there is a pattern with this APC government of trying to intimidate the judiciary by carrying out midnight raids on the residence of judges, claiming they find fantastic amounts of money in their homes. It does not augur well for a democratic society when judges are subjected to such types of intimidation. The Nigerian Bar Association NBA leadership is calling for an independent investigation into the matter, but this has not gone down well with Abubakar Malami, the Minister of Justice, who accused them of pursuing a personal agenda. What is your perspective on this? She replied, anything can happen in Nigeria today, and you can see that this is a government that cannot tell the people the truth about whatever happens in any case. This is a government of lies. Look at what happened at the Lekki toll gate and look at what has been unraveled in the reports by the panel set up by the Lagos state government. So we are in very precarious situation in this country right now. What are your expectations from the Lagos state government on the report of the NSAS panel report? She replied, first of all, they should apologize to Nigerians and the families of those who were attacked, maimed, and killed at the Lekki toll gate. Also, they should compensate the families of the victims. I know money cannot possibly compensate these families that have lost their loved ones, but at least they should try and make amends by compensating them. You campaigned for the PDP in the 2015 and 2019 presidential election. Given the performance of a ruling All Progressive Congress APC, can you say you have been justified? Of course, we have been justified. Look at what is happening in the country today. Take the state of the naira to the dollar. Take the heat of ordinary food items such as rice, beans, yam, and other foodstuffs. Everything has more than tripled in price, and it is beyond the reach of a common man. We cannot really know why this is happening, except maybe the president is just there to impoverish the populace. With the PDP national chairmanship already in the north, how will you react to plans by the party to throw the presidential ticket open to all aspirants? We have always had rotation, she replied. We have always had rotation between the north and south in our party. We have always tried to make sure that all the 6 zones form part of the hierarchy of government. Therefore, I am looking forward to seeing some southern people come out as presidential aspirants in our party. We still have a year and a half to go before the election, so let us just wait and see. Do you have anybody in the south that can win the presidency for the People's Democratic Party PDP? What makes you think that it's only the North that has presidential material? She replied, the North has been ruling us and it has been a disaster for this country. When we had occasions when Southerners were ruling us, the country was not in this parlor state. When Obasanjo was president, we saw improvement in many sectors. He even got us debt relief from the Paris Club. When Jonathan was there, the country was moving forward. People were coming in to invest in our country. However, as soon as this government came in with all sorts of policies, half of the investors who came into the country ran away. So it just goes to show how badly we are being governed. They pretend that they are moving the country forward. All the rail lines they are commissioning were all dreamt of and planned by Jonathan. So why will anybody say we do not have presidential materials in the south? We have people in the south who can effectively pilot the affairs of this country and move it forward. What we have seen in the north is that they do not want to move us back to the Middle Ages. As one of the leading female politicians in Nigeria, Can you say you are impressed with the way the men have been managing Nigerians' affairs? She replied, I am not impressed by the men at all. Most of them seem to be there to fill their pockets and not for the benefit of the country. I think we have more females in government. I think if we have more females in government, the country will be in a completely different condition. I will say to the women and the youth, come out and vote. I am pleased to see that in Ekiti State, so many have come out to contest in the forthcoming governorship election. I think there are about 9 women aspirants for the governorship in Ekiti State. I hope that we will see this in other states as well, because you cannot have a country where half of the population is excluded from governance and expect that country to make meaningful progress. The Lagos State Congress of the PDP was aborted. What do you think was responsible for this? 2 things were responsible for the suspension of the progress. I think the people who came to conduct the election did not take cognizance of the advice that was given to them by the people on the ground. This was the first thing that happened. The second thing is that as a result of their not taking cognizance of the advice of the people on ground, they allowed all sort of people to gain access to the venue, and that is what led to the abortion of the Congress. As Deputy Governor, Nigerians are still interested in knowing why you fell out with Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, then Lagos State Governor, which led to your resignation. Could you please shed more light on that? I have stated this a lot of times. What happened then was that the governor was asking me to be disloyal to those who supported us to be governor and deputy governor. And I do not think it would have been right for me to be disloyal and to try and hijack the party from the hands of the people who formed the party. After all, the governor was not around when we formed the party. The governor wanted us to take over the party from them, and I refused. That was the main point of our disagreement. After you resigned, the person who succeeded you as deputy governor, that Tinubu himself chose, Femi Pedro, also fell out with him. Do you think it is more of a personality issue? She replied, I think if you know Tinubu, he seems to be somebody who is always having issues with various people. I think one of his problems is he does not like opposition. When I say opposition, I mean he does not like people who deviate from his own views and agenda. Of course, if you're like that and you're not ready to listen to other people, thinking your view and whatever you do is the only right thing that must be, then of course, you are bound to have problems. Some people are calling on the Lagos State House of Assembly to revisit your case. What is your take on that? I do not know what they are going to revisit about my own case because I resigned. When the problem became too much, I was asked by my family to resign my appointment as the Deputy Governor of Lagos State. It wasn't a case of being forced out of office. I was not impeached. Femi Pedro unfortunately allowed himself to be impeached, so I do not see any need for why my case would be revisited. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.